Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Alexandra. In today's video we are going to twist my hair. We are going to do this basic twist using yen wool. Well, I call it yen because that's what is written on it. So I got about 5 of these, but I'm going to use only 2 in this video. So I brought 3 out just in case I need it, but then I ended up using only 2 and I did not even complete the whole 2. So that's how much of a small hair I use for the whole process. And just lining it up to see the length that I want. So I finished lining it up and I cut it into how I want it to be. And when I braid this, I'm going to cut the rest of it with scissors anyway, so just to line it up. So to start with, I'm using my 360 mirror, which I hang on the door to look through the other mirror that is behind me to be able to part or section my hair properly. So that's what I'm doing now. I know, as I've mentioned several times, doing your own hair is a bit very difficult. So you know, anyone, if you see someone doing their hair, just say well done, even if it's not done properly anyway. So this is me just starting to braid the hair or twist the hair. So first of all, I start the base of it with like a normal braid, like 3 braids. Then I separated the hair into about 2 parts again, and then I started twisting it. So doing the 3 braids, for me, I think it's going to make the roots much stronger. But then one problem is I hate having braids done or having my hair, you know, pulling out, especially when you do braids and all those like braiding stuffs, and you see that the pressure on your hair becomes very tight and very painful. So anytime I do this myself, I make sure I don't do it too tight. I do it a little bit loose because I'm not good at all with carrying this cap, you know, carrying hair, like braided hairs like this for long. So any little or slight pain, I will be tempted to like take it out. So that is why I do it very lightly, not too tight and not too much loose too, in between, to last me at least 3 weeks. So yeah, that's the plan of this hair. Also, having this is very helpful for me because when I'm going to work early in the morning, I don't have to be, you know, brushing my hair or combing it, putting the hair into bands and all that. I don't have to struggle at all I do is straight away I grab my hair bands and then put the braids into it or style it the way I want, and I go to work. That is it. So as you can see, I've done 2 at the back, which I've showed you a little bit. I think it wasn't that very clear, so this is where I'm going to start actually showing you how I did it properly. I section the hair to, you know, the kind of size that I want, and I section from this side to the other side of the ear, make sure that is what I want, and then I hold the rest of the hair that I'm not going to use away with my little hairband, as you can see at the top, to keep it away from the remaining of the hair so that it doesn't be in the way as I'm braiding the hair. So that's, as I mentioned earlier on, this is how I started, like using the 3 braid method to start that, and then I turn it into 2 and then start twisting it. So yep, as you can see, this is very easy. It's like a natural hair. This braiding that I'm doing, or twist that I'm doing, the yen wool that I'm using look more or less like a natural hair. So when you finish braiding, it looks really nice. It goes back in and look a little bit like kinky, like more naturally, really. I will explain. Yeah, more naturally, I will say. So this is the side of the ear that I'm doing. This is the easiest part for me. This side, the front ones are always very easy. Going to the middle are always very easy. But when you go to the back, that is the main problem. Sometimes, you know, grabbing the back of your head with 2 hands, it's very difficult. So you have to be like very slow with that process and make sure you do it properly. And sometimes the sectioning of the hair becomes a little bit, you know, when you look in the mirror from the front and the back, sometimes if I don't have my glasses on, I wouldn't really see properly what I'm sectioning, really, because of my vision. So this is just me showing you how I twist the whole of the hair to, you know, get that smooth looking twist that you can see. As you can see, the top of the braid, the sectioning look a bit more not very smooth. Yeah, anyway, it's because of the mirror I have in front of me. Trying to look in the back one was not the clearest. Trying my best. Anyway, as I get better and better, I think this is my 4th time of braiding my own hair, really. And even though the sectioning is not the best, I will still say, yeah, I did my best that I could, because if I go somewhere else to try and braid my hair or do anything like this, definitely I will have to get something, you know, at least, you know, maybe 40 plus going there to get my head braid definitely. Sometimes when you do it from people's home for them to do it for you, at least 40 there to 50, that's what, if you know the person, that's what you'll pay. Sometimes even more than that. Yeah, so this is just me doing it very simply. I like this twist because it looks more natural. It seems as if it's my own hair that I use for it, but it's not my own hair. It looks really pretty. Although it's not the smoothest, it still looks really nice. It looks kind of kind of rough and kinky, as I mentioned. So just sectioning this other ear side of the hair and continue with the braiding. Yeah, so I really I like this style. This is, I think, also the second time I'm doing a similar no, I think this is the first time I'm actually doing a twist on my hair. I've never done twist before. I did a hairstyle before on this channel, which I did some kind of like it look similar, but not, this is not the type of hair that I did at all. This is the first time I'm trying this one, so hopefully the next time I'll do this again, it will be nicer. And also I think the next time I will braid something like this or do some twist, I will use like rubber band, because the last time I used a rubber band to do my hair, it was the best. It was so smooth, the pattern was so nice and good. So I think that is the best way forward if I want to get or achieve a really good looking hair. I think that's the only way forward, because sometimes when you section the hair yourself naturally like this and you continue braiding, some of them get out and it doesn't look really nice. So towards the ear side, as you can see, what I do first is I section the small hair that I want to braid or twist. I twist it around a little bit. I added a little bit of gel to smoothen the hair so that all of it will go into the ones I'm going to braid. So I hold my own hair attached to the two strands. I divided that one into like two and then wrap it around each other. So as you can see, I'm doing like triple braid, like a normal 3 braids, and then I turn it into 2. If you can see my finger properly, I added my own hair to the one of the other hair and divided it into about 2 parts and twisting it around. That is it. Very easy. And as I mentioned earlier on, if this was a rubber band method, all I would do is pass the needle through, grab this hair, and then start twisting. Very easy. Yeah, I think that will be definitely easier next time. I should try that one too and see. So this is how the hair is turning up. So when I do it up to the length that I want, I don't want it too long, just into medium or just, you know, a mini kind of a twist. I cut the ends of it to match the other one. So sometimes you see that I'll try and pull it to see if the length is okay with the rest. Although there'll be 1 or 2 that will be a little bit longer than usual, but it's still okay. So just showing you around this side how I do it. If you can see it well, I'm just trying my best to make sure I bring the camera closer for you to see actually what I'm doing, so that in case you want to try something like this at home, you will know like how to grab it. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier on, it is quite really difficult if you're doing your own hair. And as you can see, the ones at the side that I'm trying to keep away sometimes are trying to come into it. That's the problem sometimes. So you have to be very careful when you're doing this. At least maybe tight it a little bit up, the ones that you're not braiding yet or using, tight it away a little bit more and to be secure for you when you are braiding this. And I like the way the back looks. It looks really nice. And before these braids, I did my hair relaxing for about a week before. I think that was a week before. Yeah, so as you can see, my hair look quite really smooth underneath, although there are some that are still already growing through. So when I take these braids out, which at least I'll carry for 3 weeks, when I take it out, I'm going to maybe, I'm not sure if I will relax my hair, but depending if the hair grows much, I will have to maybe relax it or just maybe do another style, because normally I do relax my hair like every 6 weeks. 3 weeks is too early for me. So if it's too early in that way, I can just go ahead and do another style and keep it for a while before doing my next relaxing. Yeah, because I don't want to be relaxing my hair also too much. As you know, relaxers are not the best for your hair. It doesn't even help your scalp, as I've mentioned in my very last video about having dandruff and stuff. I wash my hair pre doing this style, so you can't really see the dandruff that I mentioned here. I'm trying to get rid of it, treating it, and hopefully to go someday. There is still dandruff there, not a lot, but there is still much there. So just twisting this one around, showing you how I did it all. Just taking it slowly, bringing it closer to the camera for you to see. So as you can see, the roots there of the hair, it's not that strong as usual as people will normally do when they braid, as someone else's like braid will look like, if you know what I'm trying to explain. I did it a little bit lighter depending on how my head is and the pain. I don't like the pain at all. I feel so much stress when I have braid my hair, especially when somebody does it for me. Even one of those cornrows, flat cornrows that you do where you have to put on wig, when it's too tight, I don't like it at all. I start having headaches. So this is the easiest way for me to have it, like do it less like tight as normal as it will be, and you know, enjoy my hair I know I don't carry it for so long, so doing it this way is easier for me and very, very simple. Yeah, so I think I've done a braid, not this same twist, but a braid before for my sister, I think about twice. Yeah, so it's always just handy to be able to do some things like this for yourself, just in case you end up in a situation where someday, you know, you have to grab yourself and like do something very quick and go for some occasion or something, and there is no one there to do it for you. At least you know how to do your own hair or how to do someone else's, which is nice. Back home, I never ever thought that I would be able to do my hair. If someone told me that I will carry my hair and, you know, braid it, I'll be like, oh. Anyway, so this is how I'm doing the front, the last one that is left there. As you can see, I apply a bit of gel to it. The gel I'm applying to the hair is like a bit wax gel. Yeah, so I apply it to the hair and twist it around a little bit, just so it to be a little bit more tight, and then I wrap that around it. I don't really wrap it, I put it to the other side, and then I grab it and start like braiding my hair like three braids, as I mentioned earlier on. Yeah, as you can see, the roots, some of them are not that tight anyway, but it still does the job for me. And when I went to work with this, everyone was like, oh, you look different again. It's like I'm always doing something else on my hair. I say, yeah, well, I like braiding my hair and I like doing things to myself, my hair, making myself look good. Especially when you live in this country, in the UK, where the weather is so cold. Sometimes it's also hot in summers and all that, and if you leave your hair just like that, you know, the seasonal changes, some of them affect the hair, breakage, dry and all that. So it's always nice to just do something different, look different, and, you know, feel good about yourself. So this is just the braid, almost finishing with it and showing you as this one is finishing. I will show you how I cut it. I just wrap the hairband, small, one of those small hairbands around where I want to, the length of the hair is where I want, and then I cut it to match at least the one. So as you can see me trying to use scissors to cut, I'm very careful because all the hairs that are popping out are my own hair. If you look at it properly, they are a bit more brown than the braiding hair. So almost done, not long to go. You can see my hair is growing actually, so you can see it's growing. Getting there. Anyway, I don't know why I said it's getting there, because I'm going to cut it soon. As I mentioned before in my last video, I'm going to cut it, not like fully cutting the hair, but just trimming the ends and the weak ones. When I bring my head closer, you see the ends of the hair, you can see that some of them are a bit weak or light, so I'm just going to cut them to make them look much more healthier. And so almost getting done. As you can see, I've separated the ones that I've done already to the back and the other one to the side. So I had a style in my head that when I finish this hair, I'm going to wrap it, like have some hanging on the side and the rest going back. And this hair is so cute that you can style it anyhow you want. You can like divide it into two, like both sides, like kid hairstyle. You can style it anyway. You can use scarf to run around it, and so many ways you can style it. Yeah, but for work purposes, I'm just going to wrap this into like a small ponytail, like, or a small bun at the back, and just a little one hanging to the side, because I don't want the whole hair, like, you know, all scattered looking like that, walking around in the workplace to look a bit creepy. So yeah, so just going to put it all into a bun, as I mentioned, and those ones I'm grabbing, I'm just going to wrap it to the side and put the little bun on it, make it look really cute ahead of my work day. So I think I'm looking really fresh. Giving myself a braid has really helped change my face a lot. It makes me look very clean. Yeah, fresh. If I mentioned clean, it look better than having the ordinary relaxed hair on. It gives you a different face, really. As you can see, I'm having that matured face now. We are all growing. Yeah, so anyway, just getting this done. I think the next time I bought another braiding hair, which is, that one is a proper mesh, like for braiding. So the next time I'm going to braid, either I try to use this braiding hair again for like 3 braid, or I'm going to use that one to see. That one, if I use it, the hair will be much more smoother. Yeah, this one is not that smooth because it's kind of like a bit natural type of, as I mentioned, it's called yen wool. I think yen wool. Yen is a Y-A-R-N. Yeah, that's the spelling of it, yen. So it's very cheap. I bought that about 3 years ago. Anyway, so almost done, and just spraying this into my hair to hold it, and also got some nice smell to it, and that is it, almost done. Look at that. Your girl has braided her hair and it looked really good. You see, the end product is always better than when you're doing it. During the process, it look like. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. What do you think about today's twist with yen? I'll see you in the next video. Bye.